go, man. It's your boy Boss. I'm bringing you another one. It's a good day, man. It's a lot happening. At least the rumors are going. And you know I'm here for it. Y'all come on in. Have a seat. As I always say. But hey, man, it's hard not to say that the Dallas Cowboys are clearly a top 4, top 5 team. We are in a place to where we truly can create and set our own destiny. We making the right moves. I'm gonna show that more this week. We having fewer things to work on. Our penalties are down. Mistakes are down. Morale is up. And we resting. It's a good time.
Yoga fire!
It's a good time. Yeah, but today we're gonna be dealing with, for all the people, boss star of the Chicago Bears game for the Dallas Cowboys. But I got some bonus. We're gonna talk about these trade rumors. And not only the trade rumors, we're gonna take calls, we're gonna freestyle. So y'all come on in. Kick your feet up, relax. Let's get ready for this bye week and let's just go through this content. I will be right back. Oh, let's go. Oh, let's go. Oh, come on. He say, we in here, bruh. Coach Maul say, what up? What up? Ooh, they talking about the Giants trying to get Cook. Well, let's go then. Get Cooks. It ain't gonna help you, big dog. You better do something. You better do something. Daisy say, what's good? Let's go, man. Let's go. Let's go, come on. What it do, boss? Ty, I see ya. I see ya, Ty. What's up? Come on in, sit down. I'm gonna say Boss Cowboy, best cowboy show on the planet. I do agree. We definitely that. We all that in the bag of chips. Alright, man. That music getting ready to. Alright, I'm excited about this one, man. I can't wait. Let's talk football. Man, let's talk today. Your boy got something to say. This gonna be a different one, man. Ty say 6-2. Let's go! Alright, man. Wee! It's go, man. Cowboys, what are you doing? It looked like. Listen, only thing I can tell y'all is this. I'm having a good time this year. Ooh wee. Mike McCarthy winning. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Some people don't know what I'm talking about.
Yoga fire!
Mike McCarthy winning. The defense playing well. I'm gonna say this, Mike McCarthy have won. Kellen Moore is actually calling better plays because of that spanking that he got. But I don't care. I don't care how he got there, but he doing a lot of the things we wanted to see. Whew. And then he said we blew it by not getting Smith. I don't know if we blew it. Let's just wait and see. at this point, let's wait and see. Like, and I know what you mean though, and I'm not gonna fight this too hard. I thought about this today. This is a good comment. Let's talk about this. Craig said we blew up by not getting Smith, so he talking about Roquan. And I see what you're saying in terms of what could be the one piece that would totally complete this defense. I can see what you mean, Craig. But also, Will McClay and Stephen Jones have been doing so good on these young dudes. I think I kind of trust them. I've learned to trust them a little bit to where we don't have to give up that much draft capital, especially a second. I'm like, ooh, I'd almost rather Will McClay have a second, just keeping it real. And then we starting to see the rise of Clark. Like, listen, y'all, Clark ran faster than any linebacker this year, according to Next Gen stats. So, I mean, I do like Roquan, and I do know that would have pushed us over the edge, you know, in terms of defense. And right, Ty, 7 tackles in 3 quarters. Wait. So, on some things, I'm chilling, bro. I'm not even sweating that. So, obviously today, as usual, we talk about our star player, but we also got a lot of rumors going on. Okay, so we go talk about the star players because obviously I got some options. We go talk about some of these options. We go take some calls too in between these thoughts, because it's also a freestyle day. But you know, I got some pretty good options sitting right here. You know, one of my candidates is Fowler, right? And then, you know, we got obvious candidates like Tony Pollard. Like, how can we not put Tony Pollard in there? Because, see, I have to consider the offense as having most of my star players. If y'all don't know what the acronym from STAR is, it's somebody that showed the strength, the toughness, availability, and reliability. Right? So, and it was the offense, because the offense carried the defense this time. So, all of my stars, pretty much for the most part, I could have put some defense, but it was on offense, man. And so then I even put Michael Gallup in there, and then Dak. So we go talk about that. I'm gonna involve y'all into that. We go talk about the stars. But before we get into the stars, I want to first kind of start off with the rumors, okay? And I want to start off with what's going on around the nation. So we getting ready to go into the trade deadline tomorrow, okay? And with the trade deadline, the Dallas Cowboys have not been historically active, okay? But we seeing some changes starting to happen. We starting to see some changes occur that could mean that we getting ready to go all in. Yeah, and my boy said, boss, Terrence still did a great job from blocking standpoint, which helped catapult some of these big runs. Exactly. We gonna talk about that too. We gonna talk about that because as I warned, what's the biggest talk right now in the media right now? The biggest talk right now is Pollard versus Zeke. We knew that was gonna happen. We knew that was gonna happen, you know. So, you know, and I'm gonna give y'all my take on that. I'm gonna give y'all my honest assessment on that. But I want to talk about some of these rumors because, you know, it's looking like the Dallas Cowboys are serious about potential rumors. So let's first start with Steven. No, matter of fact, let's start with Jerry. And this came out from 105.3 The Fan. And I want y'all to just listen to Jerry real quick as he talk about his idea that he would be willing to go all in. Here we go.
Jerry was asked by our very own Kevin Gray, are you willing? Does this feel like a chips in the middle of the table move and position that you're in with the trade deadline tomorrow?
I feel the very same way. If I have a chance to do something that would be interpreted, but real meat on the bone of going for it, then I would do that. I feel that good about our chances here. I would do that. Yeah. And I'd give up some future currency. Okay. To go for it.
He said he would give up some future currency to go for it. And so I'm listening to him, and then we go talk about, is he telling the truth? Are they serious about that? Because then this is also Stephen Jones, and I have all these links in the description. This is also Stephen Jones today talking about a potential trade. Okay, so I want y'all to listen.
Now, I had one more trade deadline question, if we can. And again, this year, we're all kind of hoping will be a unique year. I know there's a lot of football left to be played, but how important is it how you evaluate your team in terms of going for it when you get to the trade deadline? I know Jerry said something about that yesterday, but do you look at this team and say, hey, this might be the best shot we've had in a while. Maybe we would be more aggressive than you normally would at the trade deadline?
Well, we've been aggressive before. I guess somebody asked me, I don't think it was y'all, about, hey, we hadn't made a really aggressive trade since the early 90s. That's not necessarily true. We went for it big with Amari Cooper back 4 or 5 years ago, and, gave one for him. At the right situations there, we're always looking to make our team better, and obviously we're very much in the thick of a championship run this year. So absolutely, if we see the right situation that presents itself, Jerry as well, who has the final call on this. He's an aggressive guy, and if the right situation's there, and we think it can make a big difference for us, then we'd be more than willing to pull the trigger on it. I think we've got our team in a really good spot. We've got great depth on this team, and certainly if we see a player out there that can make us better, either side of the ball, we would take a long, hard look at it.
And you just said potentially in the midst of a...
Yeah. So, and that was Steven and Jerry today. Okay. So, and I'm with you. My boy Keystone say stop. Yeah, and see, I knew this was going to happen, right? Because, it's hard to trust them, especially before trade deadlines. And we got to be very careful, to my boy Keystone point, like for real, like, because it's very easy to get want. Because this could be them using the trade deadline as a way to get more eyeballs and exposure, create false controversy, right? Keep us looking, keep us excited, keep us talking. It could be, or it could be real. Now, if it was just Steven and Jerry, we would be very smart to not just fall forward and just go for it, because we could get 1-1. Nah, Craig said, boss, would you give up a fourth for Hunt and move Pollard to the slot? No. I think Pollard needs to stay in running back, and I think if he played a slot, they only need to use him for screens. That's it. So, anyway, but in terms of just the good news and how I see it unfold, yeah, I wouldn't do it. Like Craig say, me either. Nah. Like, the trades got to greatly help this offense. To me, if it's any trades, you got to plug up the last piece, which is middle linebacker. If you don't do that, then put it on offense. Whatever trade you're getting ready to do, put it on offense. This is also why I was looking at receiving. We did a show on it about 3 days ago about receivers. But I was going back and saying something, though. If it was just, now listen to me, hear me out. If it was just Steven and Jerry, I wouldn't be even paying it no attention, because you never know. Likely you getting 1-1. But see, it's people that I'm trusting now. okay, who do a real good job, in my opinion. Hold on, let me fix my sound. Who do a real good job of not reporting any kind of malarkey, right? So obviously that would be one of my top go-to guys is Michael Gehlken. Okay. And he said the Cowboys could acquire a wide receiver before Tuesday's trade deadline. At least they have gotten calls and they are listening. Jerry Jones, if it raises its head and it's right, then we'll do something. See now, if it was just, and I mean this, if it was just Steven and Jerry, I would be yawning. I wouldn't take it serious. But see, think about the track record of Michael Gehlken. And Michael Gehlken, remember when I talked to him in Dallas and I was able to interview him, he was the first one to leak Anthony Barr. He was the first one to really put it out there that Anthony Barr was a real thing and that they was in talks. And he said it. He said it as we was just talking. He said, yeah, they in talks to Anthony Barr. He also talked about us early being in getting ready to get a tackle before we got Peters. He already knew about that a month before it happened. So when you see him say, they in talks. We in talks, y'all. We are looking at receiver. We are. I'm almost certain. Obviously, I'm about 99% certain that the Dallas Cowboys might end up getting a receiver anytime now. It could break tonight. It could break tonight. So yeah, it could. My boy say Jerry Judy, come on. It could be. And I'm gonna tell you right now who I think we should go after. Just me thinking out loud. I think we should go after Elijah Moore. I think we should go after Elijah Moore out them Jets, or Mims, or Jerry. I think those three are the best. Yeah. If you just trying to give up, nope. Cook's good too. Cooks is real good. My boy say Cooks a D-Hop. See, I don't see D-Hop being realistic. He go require too much, and I think he go require more than we willing to give. But I would like Cooks. Cooks would, but see, Cooks is not just a killer route runner. And then my boy Reaper say, my dream is DJ Moore. Yeah, mine too. Yeah, mine too. But I think he go require too much. Like somebody like, okay, put it like this. AJ Brown required a first and a third to go to Philly.
Yoga fire.
DJ Moore go cost more than that. Or he go cost, yeah. I would go with Elijah Moore, Craig. Craig said I would rather have Elijah Moore. This is why I would go with Elijah Moore. Because to me, I want us to shop in a place to where the team is looking to unload this player. Like there's beef. There's friction between the quarterback and the receiver. That's the best place to shop. Because you go get it at a deal just like we let go Amari Cooper because we was angry.
Yoga fire.
Yeah, because we was angry at him. Now, don't play. We know that we got rid of Amari Cooper because we was angry. We was mad. And that's why we only got a fit. So I'm saying reverse that with Elijah Moore. I want us to go get a receiver from a place where they're disgruntled. See, we was disgruntled with Amari. We don't need Amari. We'll take a fit, man. We straight eating crow to this day over that. Cause isn't it funny? Yeah, for a fourth, I would do Elijah for a fourth. Yes, and they will probably take a fit. because they mad. The quarterback and the receiver are openly beefing. That's when Dallas need to be. Hey, big head, what's up? What's up, girl? How you doing? He ain't treating you right. Come over here. I got a yacht for you, baby. Straight up. Yeah. And see, now we talk. Hold on real quick. My boy Dwayne with the super chat real quick. He said, if it's a wide receiver, they may be working out a new contract before trading something they regret not doing in the Cooper trade. Yeah. And then just to be real, it's just karma hitting us in the face, dog.
Yoga fire.
Isn't it funny? Isn't it funny that we are a receiver away, but you gave up a receiver for a fit? But we over here like we want to just make sure we over the top. We was already over the top last year. We cooped, dog. So we always do this though. We do this every time. We make a mistake, and then we go to Will McClay to clean it up and say, hey man, go find us a receiver. Go find us a receiver. You just had one, dog. You had one. You had a number one who wanted to be here, who gave you a deal to be here, and was willing to restructure his contract to stay here, dog.
Yoga fire.
And look at us shopping freaking receiver. All right, so I showed y'all Michael Gelkin, but he ain't it. I think the best one came from Bobby Belt. I want y'all to listen to this from Bobby Belt. Bobby Belt, like, Lord, you can't be more clear than this. Listen to this. Listen.
Senator Bobby Belt here on 105.3 The Fan. Great day for the weapons, right? A lot of talk about getting another receiver in here. They clearly wanted to get Gallup going early. Lamb had a nice day. Great day for the tight ends as well. I mean, offensive line, everything was perfect for the offense except for the Dak interception right before halftime. Let's talk about the day for everybody in the passing game.
Yeah, CeeDee Lamb I thought was really good yesterday and made some tough catches in traffic. And you mentioning there really quickly before I get into the specifics of each player, when you mentioned there that there was a lot of questions about the receiver room and they had a good day and they stepped up, I think those questions are still there. And like I know the Cowboys are at least
Wait. Let me rewind that. See, some things they say so fast, and Bobby talk fast. I'd be like, Bobby, slow down, man. Don't drink so much coffee, big dog.
And made some tough catches in traffic. And you mentioning there really quickly.
Yeah, Craig, we need a middle linebacker. We do. Yep. Yes. We'll talk about that though. I'll talk about that.
Before I get into the specifics of each player, when you mentioned there that there was a lot of questions about the receiver room and they had a good day and they stepped up, I think those questions are still there.
The questions are still there. And see, remember, we went through this about a week ago. We went through this line by line, and we went through every receiver. We talked about that there's doubts if CeeDee Lamb is an actual number one. I know that made Coach Marv mad, but there are doubts with some. I think numerically he's a number one, but in big moments, I think people have a reason to doubt him. People got a reason to doubt Michael Gallup, even though he had a good game this last game. They still don't know if he gonna stay injury free. And you don't know when he gonna really be himself. You can't trust Tolbert because we haven't seen him. We just saw him yesterday, and they never targeted him. So how you trust that? Then Noah Brown, right? He have a foot injury. We don't know what's going on with that, but he missed the game. So, when you look line by line, how do you trust this receiving room? Like, fully trust it. I ain't talking about, oh, let's have some faith in them, boss. Boss, you got to be positive. Have some faith. I have faith, okay? I do. I have faith, okay? But I'm just looking at this like from a risk management, preparing us for the playoffs. Do we fully trust? Do you trust James, like my boy Law would say, James Washington? Do you trust James Washington? Oh, I believe in him, boss. I think he go ball. Why? Like, what evidence that you have? Not saying that he not go ball. He might ball. But what evidence do we have? That's my question. What evidence do we have? Huh? Do we have evidence? Because actually, to be true, my boy James Simmons said, hell no. No, we don't. There's no evidence. He's been getting injured consistently since OTAs. Remember, he had a boot on in OTAs. Then he gets some reps at training camp. He get a rep and he's gone. He then comes back and then he gets hurt again. You trust that? So when Bobby Bell say, yeah, it's questions about the receiver room. Yeah, if they using common sense, it should be questions. It should be questions.
Bruh. Finish him.
Like, I have more faith in our linebacker room than I do our receiver room. I do. I have more faith. Be honest. I have more faith. Listen to me. I have more faith that when Harper come back off of IR, he's still gonna be a better starter than LVE. Because it's one thing that was certain when we saw Clark. The speed of Clark made all our linebackers, Anthony Barr and LVE, look turtles. Turtles. See, we got more at linebacker than we actually have at receiver, if you really think about it. Like, we can go out and go get a linebacker. We can. We can. But we still got Jefferson. Like, we got some guys like Harper ran a 4.4. So that speed that you saw with Clark, Harper just as fast or faster, but with more thump than LVE. Bro, I'm just, listen, I'm not panicking at linebacker. I'm really not. Even though I know. Because then people saying we need a middle linebacker. Now we need to start talking about who. Not just, I don't want no pie in the sky ideas. I don't want no, we need a linebacker, boss. Name them. Roquan is gone. Name them. That's the first thing I want us to do. Let's start naming these middle linebackers that are coming in right now. You know, I like Shaq. You know what I'm saying? I like Sue. I like the idea of Sue. I do like that, Kevin. I still would be cool with Sue right now. And somebody say, what would you think about another corner? Nah, we good on corner. I don't think we need no more corners. I know Anthony Brown been trending down, but we don't need no more corners. Bland is playing good. I like this. Roddy say Blake Martinez. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Bro Chubb is in the middle. Shaq from Carolina. I love Shaq. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Let's start talking about some names. You know what I mean? Shaq. Shaq would be the one for me. I 100% approve Shaq. If we get Shaq, bro, this defense, bro. Ooh, but I trust them youngsters too, bro. I do. I'm not panicking. But if we just, let me ask y'all a question though. Don't judge me. I'm gonna ask this question, and I'm just thinking out loud. I'm not even totally settled yet, but I'm gonna ask y'all this question. I want to see a response. How big of a difference does middle linebacker make to our defense in terms of points? Yeah. I would go with Shaq. I see what y'all saying, but I'm asking another question. Do we need less points or do we need more points? That's also a question. And if I'm looking at this team, I think we need more points. What have we been struggling with this season? Points. Even though if we want the defense perfect, yeah. See, because now we trying to get everything. Let's think about it. We trying to get everything on D. We don't want not one weakness nowhere. That's what boss, we need linebacker. Okay, what y'all trying to go for doomsday defense? No, we need points, dog. So, and let me ask you a question. Is it possible for one good receiver to give you a whole lot more points? The answer to that is yes. Do y'all remember when we acquired Amari Cooper? That Dak passing rating went up and Zeke yards went up too? You, out of one player, you got a domino effect of production in your two best players. So, you know, I'm leaning on receiver. Just, and I understand why the Cowboys are, because we need points. This was the first game that the offense saved us. Think about it. This is the first game. This game we just played was the first game that the offense saved us. All the rest of the wins was all on the D. Every one of them. So it's like, if you gotta try, I do want linebacker. I do. But if I had to take one whiff of boo-boo on his team, I would rather it be LVE. That's just me. Now, if we had a better run stopping downhill linebacker, obviously this D would just be amazing. But I just think we need points. All right. So real quick, let me finish what I was playing with Bobby, because Bobby was going hard. Listen to Bobby. Listen to this.
And like, I know the Cowboys are at least.
See, the point that I like is he said, I think, then he just went in and changed it to the real. He almost went Hollywood on us. Then he got real on us. Check this out.
I think those questions are still there. And like, I know.
He said, hold on. Let me just go and tell the truth. He said, hold on. Let me tell the truth. I know. What do you know, Bobby? What do you know?
The Cowboys are at least kind of doing a sweep across the league and trying to see what's out there potentially. And so they're at least.
Oh, so Bobby also said that they're doing a sweep across the league for receiver. And then Reaper say, boss, how about the Saints LB Davis? I like Davis. But let me also tell y'all one more thing too. I'm gonna just keep it real with y'all too. I'm gonna just keep it all the way real with you. I ain't gonna even lie to you. We not getting no linebacker, bro. No. We are not. Listen, y'all. LVE, they love them some LVE. I'm just keeping it real with you. As much as it would help this team, LVE is one of them boys they love. They just what it is. It's certain players. I don't know why the Joneses do this dumb stuff, but they do. With certain players, they put them on a 6-year plan. I call it the 6-year optimistic plan. They give some players about 6 years to turn it around. And they can do no wrong. They can stank it up, and they keep giving them chances. LVE is one of those. Somebody said LVE got a sponsorship. Yeah, and his sponsorship is at the highest levels. His sponsorship is like Steven himself or Jerry himself. Because it make no sense for you to be a $2 million linebacker after hitting the open market, and then you only get $2 million, but yet with up to $3 million with incentives. But yet you the captain. Listen, your salary says you shouldn't be the captain, bro. On the cool, the market spoke. The market spoke. Yeah, LVE is the new Sean Lee. He is. It didn't matter. Listen, I'm keeping it real. I know y'all want linebacker, and I do too. And I know you can replace LVE and be better. They not gonna do it. They acting real funny at linebacker. Y'all ain't noticed that? Y'all ain't noticed that? They acting real funny at linebacker. They are. They protecting them. And there's certain players they protect. Anthony Brown was a player that they protected until he turned around. They protected the hell out of it. Noah Brown was another player that they protected. It's certain players that are on these 6-year plans. Hold on real quick. See, Mickey, this is why I rock with Mick. See, this Mick say, Boss Cowboy, I don't mean to cut y'all off, fam, but we need a light break. This content too fire.
Yoga fire.
I got you. Hey, man, y'all get them likes up, man. Y'all got Mickey fussing up in here, man. Y'all get them likes up for your boy. I understand, man. We sitting up and we getting these new rumors, and these rumors are good. Because, see, the rumors are honing in likely what we really likely getting ready to do. Even though Steven said he looking on both sides of the ball, all the real clues are saying that we getting ready to try to go after a receiver. You got it from Michael Gelkin, and you got Bobby Belt himself, who said, I think, and then he just changed it and said, let me quit playing. I know that they putting out a bunch of fillers at receiver. This is all today, y'all. Today been wired up. Today. And so so now we got not just Jerry and Steven, not just Jerry and Steven laying it up like they getting ready to make a move. Now you got very creditable journalists, Michael Gelkin, Bobby Belt. See, Bobby Belt was way first on them targeting Amari Cooper. Yep. Yeah. It's a lot of sources. He just said, I think. Then he changed it and said, matter of fact, I know. Hold on. Listen.
I know the Cowboys are at least kind of doing a sweep across the league and trying to see what's out there potentially.
Not I think. I know.
Really quickly, before I get into the specifics of each player, when you mentioned there that there was a lot of questions about the receiver room and they had a good day and they stepped up, I think those questions are still there. And like I know the Cowboys are at least kind of doing a sweep across the league and trying to see what's out there potentially.
Somebody asked, would I give up 2 firsts for Shaq and DJ Moore? No. I wouldn't. Will McClay too good with them first. I'm sorry, y'all. Nah. Will McClay is too cold with first. We could be giving up Micah Parsons and another Tyler Smith. Think of it like that. Would you give up Micah Parsons for DJ Moore? No. No. Yeah, damn that. Yeah. So no, bro. Now, cause see, I trust Will. I think Will can get us a weapon and a good weapon. We just need to shop smart. Like DJ Moore, he the obvious. If you want this outfit to just match, get him. We will be favorites to win it all. And I feel you on F them picks, but I don't feel you on F them picks. No, listen. I like how we build. I'm just being honest. Listen, y'all. And it did work for the Rams. I'm cool that it worked for the Rams. Good for you, dog. But see, we built different. Like, I'm just being honest. Will McClay, he just draft too good for me to be careless. I don't want to be careless with picks. Now listen, I would listen. Now a third or fourth, okay. Gamble that. I'm cool with that. But see, I'm thinking you don't even need DJ Moore. Get Elijah Moore. Get Elijah Moore. Go get Mims. Go get somebody that's in a hellhole, but that can be that have a big upside, like Jerry Jeudy, like DJ Moore. You gonna have to give up more than a first for him, dog. AJ Brown costs a first and a third. Receivers proven like DJ Moore, bro. You talking about a first and third or a first and second or a first and a fourth just for him? Shit. He said Will McClay is not bringing in a linebacker when he drafted Parsons, Clark, right, Cox, and Harper. Yeah, I agree, bro. And then, honestly, I trust Will. Like, bro, look. Let me just slow down and say this real quick before I get into my stars. Because I'm going to get into my star. I'm going to take some calls. I'm going to get into my star players. But listen, y'all. Look how many people went out against Chicago and we didn't even notice it. That's the work of Will and these draft picks. Sam Williams didn't even play and we didn't even care. Think about that. The dude who was the clear standout player would say, that's too much. Right, the price is wrong. Right, Miss Lockhart. No. I trust Will and them too much to be giving away them first and seconds. Not for just them two players. No. The price is... Yeah, I'd rather us shop smart. Like, go get you Elijah Moore. Go get you some Mims. Are they DJ Moore? No. But would they be real good with Dak? Hell yeah. Not just, and it's Elijah Moore. You talking about quick and Dak friendly, bruh. Say, man, And see, it's so many receivers out there too. That's the thing. It's a lot of receivers that could come in right now. It's a lot of receivers that could. Let me finish Bobby Belt, then I'm gonna get into these star players.
And so they're at least examining what the receiver market may look like out there, both free agents and also any potential trades. I don't think it's anything where they're close on any deals or anything else, but they're at least doing a cursory look at, hey, what might be available out here, what could we potentially add. So receiver is still, I think, the primary focus heading into tomorrow if they are going to make a trade. And on the specifics of the offense itself, I thought like I said, CeeDee Lamb made a bunch of tough catches yesterday. I thought he was big.
So, yeah, man. So, anyway, let me take some calls real quick. We opening up the phone lines. Give me 1 second to open these phone lines, man, so we can freestyle. And, we got the trade deadline tomorrow. We can talk about that. This week, we're going to spend a whole lot of time talking about ways we can improve. I do see some ways we can improve and should improve. I do see that. I want us to be aggressive about that. I do see some growth in Kellen Moore. I see actually a lot of growth in Kellen Moore because of the micromanagement of Mike McCarthy. But there are some different things that he need to work on. Definitely. Boss Cowboy Sports.
What's going on, boss?
What's up, Coach Marv? I should have known you was gonna be first. What's up with it?
Yeah, yeah, man. I love the I love the the Cowboys say they're gonna say they're gonna be in the trade market. Sometimes that's just to get attention.
Yep.
They want attention, but but I just want to caution Cowboy fans, and I said this many a time that we have, us as Cowboy Nation, we want to pass the game. We don't want to run the game.
Yeah.
We don't. Because we'll find our way back to it again. Because if you get somebody in here if we get some of these great guys in here,
yeah,
you're going to, if the Joneses put out capital or they pick them up, they're going to play them.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to play the guys that they have signed. And you're going to find yourself in 4 wides, 3 wides, most of the time. And you're going to find yourself where you're going to only look for big running plays if they get 50 yards or 30-yard carries. An explosion. It's all the recipe of what the media has set up. And and I respect. Listen, I respect Bobby Bell, and I respect Gelkin, especially I really respect Gelkin, and I respect Bobby Bell. But all of them still has the philosophy: if you paying back $40 million, that we must be a passing offense, and everything gets back to 20, 25, 22. Throwing 80%, throwing the ball 25 times, throwing with 250 yards, 3 touchdowns, scoring 49 points. It's got to be 30 passes. It's got to be 300 yards.
Coach, you don't think you're being paranoid?
But listen, who you think is pushing in the room, and we've been talking all this time, who you think is pushing in the room in the coaching staff to say I need another receiver?
I doubt it's Kellen.
I would guarantee it's Kellen.
I would guarantee it's
now you have no question. I know you have no question on it. You invested what you want to do.
See,
what can you say now if he doesn't utilize what you got?
Let me say, I'm gonna tell you why I think it's not Kellen, because the whole time Kellen been taking the credit away from Stars with his system. So why would he then go back and lobby and say I need a weapon if the whole time he been preaching my system don't need stars? We just go where the defense dictates we need to go. So I don't see Kellen being the person that's beating the drum for a receiver. I don't. I think, and I just my honest to God opinion, I think what's going on is they looking at the risk of the room. Like it wouldn't take that many injuries at all, and we would be in some major trouble.
Yeah, that's basically all 32 teams.
No, I'm talking about to our receiver. No, I'm talking about to our receiver group.
That's all 32 teams.
No, that ain't. No, it's certain. No, coach, it's certain. Coach, it's if we lost a defensive end, we wouldn't care. Why? Because we deep. We wouldn't care.
That's true, but we bring a guy here. You're gonna have to give him targets, and who you gonna take the targets from, or who you gonna take the carries from?
No, I'm with you, Coach, and I do understand the risk. I do. This is my thing. Let's talk about this from a matchup standpoint. Do you know who got the #1 pass rated defense right now?
Who the Cowboys should be.
Philly.
Who?
Philly.
Right.
So their corners are grading the best in the league right now as a unit.
And
So I'm
if they
saying,
okay, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
so I'm just saying as a matchup, right? They are toughest opponent, right? And we able to run the ball on them. But I also want to be to where if we got to come back on them, if we have to throw on them, I want us to have some weapons that threaten them. Not some, we go stick to our philosophy and we go die by it. I want us to be prepared in case we had to abandon the running game. There are a few situations to where you have to abandon it if they get ahead. And I want us to have the weapons to come back. Now, I do understand your concern because your concern is legit. Everything you said is legit. Is that if we get a weapon, it's also going to be some pressure to use that weapon, which is go then strengthen Kellen. I see your point, Coach. I heard everything you saying and you making sense. But I asked.
Well, let me say this.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about Dak Prescott. We talked about the offense didn't even really play. First string offense didn't even play in preseason, and it really showed in week 1, which a lot of teams had some problems in week 1.
Yeah.
And then your quarterback got hurt, and you went 4 weeks with yes, you had to change your game plan, but you couldn't even get some of the receivers open, and we had Cooper Rush couldn't make some of those throws that you made with that. Then Dak comes back after 5 games, and yes, there is some rust. He really gonna. Your offense just shows you how when the rust is starting to come off, how they can utilize all their weapons that they have. I'm still trying to wonder when you have 2 dynamic running backs like you not only got one pass catching tight end, you have shown you got 3 that can catch passes. And you're telling me that we're saying we're not giving, we're still questioning Lamb, and he hadn't had a full season as a number 1 receiver, and that he has only had 2 really games with his quarterback, that we're not trusting him. And Gallup is just getting, he came back, 3 or 4 games into Cooper Rush?
Mm-hmm.
And Noah Brown has not showed you, he hasn't showed you that he's garbage. He has played weird. It's almost that weird to saying if we bring another guy in, and then that's going to be, that guy's going to just ascend to a role where he's going to be a major weapon for us. This is what I'm saying is, then you're trusting your offensive coordinator that has just in 5 years took him how to use Tony Pollard. It took him 45 years. So you think we're going to bring a guy in here, and in a couple of weeks, he's going to be able to incorporate this guy into a system or put him in and where he can be able to utilize, and he can't. He's just trying to figure out how to utilize the guys that he done had for the last 3 to 4 years.
I don't even think he figuring it out. He was made to lie down in those green pastures, Coach.
And this is a chemistry problem you're gonna have. Where would you what confidence that you gonna have if you bring in a great wide receiver and we say this is a weapon? Where you think the mind of CeeDee Lamb gonna be?
What you mean?
If I was CeeDee Lamb, I'll be disgruntled.
What?
Because my numbers been shown. My numbers, and I've made plays with the new arm quarterback. I've made plays with Dak.
Man,
you put me at number 1, but you telling me that in 5 games, the 2 games with my quarterback, that you need to go get somebody else.
yeah. And that don't mean we don't trust you. See, this is what I would tell CeeDee Lamb in that. I would say, have a seat, son. This ain't got nothing to do with you. This got something to do with this team and helping this team. And we want, if they even try to W, to get off of that real quick, because we got another threat that's going to open you up. Because if they W, we got this other guy that's going to eat. And then as soon as he eat, they going to have to go away from doubling you, which is going to make you eat.
Well, you know what? To stop them doubling, keep using Zeke and Pollard like you using, and he's gonna get wide open plays.
Well,
because if Mike McCarthy was correct, this offense is built. Who you said was the bell cows of this offense?
Yeah, he say Zeke, but I just don't think.
And if we don't trust that.
Matter of fact, I do know there's occasion that you can't stick to the run game. Even though for the most part you're right, there are game situations to where you have to abandon it. i.e. 2016 Green Bay in the playoffs. We had to abandon it. We had to abandon it because the refs was killing us with them drives. They killed a lot of our drives, and Green Bay quick struck us 3 times in the first half, and we was down real quick. And it was like, even though Zeke on the ground, on a team where Scott Linehan and Jason Garrett was very committed. Hold on, Coach. Was very committed to the run. Very committed to the run. He still had to abandon it. So in that situation, even though ideally we want to run the ball, there could be a game scenario to where we have to throw the ball. And I want the weapons. And then we also have some issues, Coach. We also have some issues. Noah Brown, how long he gonna be out, Coach?
I don't know how long.
You see what I'm saying? Right. So what if he gonna be out another 3 or 4 weeks? And we're not talking about, because you said bring in a superstar. I wasn't talking about no superstar. I think Elijah Moore is just a super killer number 2, number 3. He would be a super killer number 2, number 3. Not a superstar, but somebody that's going to take a lot of pressure off of CeeDee Lamb.
I got a question here, boss, and I don't know how long Noah Brown's going to be out. But you don't think we got enough weapons to be able to survive if Noah Brown is out when we survive without Dak Prescott?
I feel like we have enough weapons for right now, but do I trust these weapons? For the most part, no. Because see, Michael Gallup is low-key injury prone. Like, people ain't saying it, but he is. Like, it can be any moment he can be gone. And we don't have Noah Brown. And Turpin just now getting reps. I don't trust that group. I don't. And then James Washington, and see, I'm talking about the group. I ain't just talking about CeeDee Lamb. And, because CeeDee Lamb, bringing in a receiver is not even saying it's a threat to CeeDee Lamb, in my opinion. It's just saying Noah Brown injured. Turpin ain't had no reps. Michael Gallup could go down at any time, and he has a tendency to go down at any moment. I want another body in here. I don't want to be in the playoffs and then be having this conversation. We need to have this conversation before the trade deadline and decide, do we want the extra insurance for our quarterback and our running game?
Well, we got to make sure that this offense, and I watched a lot of games, and it's been very few, and I doubt with this defense there's going to be very few that we're going to be in. And it may have some that we might be in a shootout with, but we going down a slippery slope here.
Yeah.
Because I watched a team that had Mari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, and we trusted our receiver corps, said we had the best in the league.
Yeah.
And in big games, those receivers did us no good.
Okay, let's talk about this one last subject too, Coach, because we also know, and this is a good back and forth. This is a very good one because we really thinking this through together. This is not something to where I don't have my mind completely made up. I'm very open to be talked out of this. But me and you said live Sunday was the first time we saw Mike McCarthy's full West Coast philosophy.
Right.
And I want to ask you a question. Do you think Mike McCarthy has earned enough power with front office to maintain the run identity? Or do you think Kellen Moore could resurface?
Yeah, because he can resurface. It's gonna resurface. Mike McCarthy is not just battling Kellen Moore. It's evident. Mike McCarthy is battling the media in Dallas. He's battling Cowboy Nation. That the run game. And the swell of the Cowboy Nation and everybody else is going to be the pulling factor of Mike McCarthy is not just fighting Kellen Moore. He's fighting the people in the building, because everybody in the building, they don't believe the running game.
I don't know, Coach. They've been preaching the doctrine very strong.
If they believed in the running game, and they believed in the running game, there would be no question about what they were talking about, because the running game set the table for them to score 49 points just now.
Right. And they've been preaching the philosophy. Steve and Jerry, they start preaching the philosophy right after Tampa. That's the first time I've ever heard them start preaching the philosophy of running the ball. At first, they was talking that system talk. They was talking about we don't have no stars. Our system don't have stars. Kellen Moore was running this right until we got slapped in our nose. And then that's why even when we won the game versus the Bengals, remember Jerry came out after a win and he said, "How did you think about the balance?" He said, "I would want us to run it about 20% more." And just like that, the game after that, we did. And then the game after that, too, we did. And the game after that, because when the big bosses start talking like Mike McCarthy, then the little boss, Kelly Moore, lined up. And it is like every time. So I think at this point, Mike McCarthy got front office on his side.
Well, you know something? I think back to last year, and I think you built a show on this, about when the attempt stopped and when the philosophy changed in our team.
Yeah.
And that's when we scored the 40-some points against New England.
True.
And
yeah.
And we looked good in the passing game down the stretch, because we almost got passed down the stretch.
We did. Yeah, we did.
I just feel.
Yeah.
I feel like we at that same point right now.
We actually are. You right on that, Coach. See, I can't fight you on that one. Let me catch everybody up. Hold on, let me catch everybody up what we talking about, because I know people don't know what we talking about. Listen, y'all, this is what Coach talking about. So 2021, we was 6-1 running the ball, right? We led the league in rushing attempts. Then we played New England, and we finally beat a team throwing it. And Kellen Moore abandoned it. This is why coaches said, "I don't know, boss. I don't know about this weapon, boss. I don't know." This is a hard debate, Coach. This is a hard one.
It looked good.
It does.
It looked good. And listen, Dak had an outstanding game. More than just points. I think our offense needs to be more efficient. And our offense needs to be more consistent. I'm not worried. I think the defense is just tired. But if our offense is more efficient, 28, 27 points, we good. Because if we got to go in the game, we got to score 35, 42 points. Those games are up in the air. Those games is basically the luck of the draw. Basically, that's where those games come out. The bounce of the ball, basically.
So hold on, Coach. Let me just get to the nitty gritty. You don't want a receiver because you don't want to tempt Kellen.
I don't think we need, for one. I don't even think we need a receiver. I really don't. I really don't think, because I see teams that are more just efficient that ain't even got what we even have. And then I know who my quarterback is. If I feel like I gotta get all this and get more and more, then I'm questioning my quarterback.
Oh, no.
I'm questioning my quarterback.
No. You know we the only ones think like that, Coach.
I'm questioning my quarterback. Why?
No, you
Listen,
not.
If I can't,
So hold on.
I can't give him
So hold on.
ball.
Hold on, Coach. Just real quick. Does anybody question Mahomes because they just got him Tony from the Giants?
Because that's who the Kansas City is.
But I'm just saying, but your thought is if you whipping up your quarterback, you saying you doubt him.
They went to their identity. We are not Kansas City identity. That's what we're trying to. That's what we're trying to do with the Cowboy Nation.
But you said when you give a quarterback a weapon, you basically said if you give you saying you doubt that quarterback, and I'm saying you don't. Like, it's a lot of teams that give they top quarterbacks weapons, which I think you should do. Now, it's gonna be, in my opinion, what's the philosophy? You know what I'm saying? What's the philosophy? Are we gonna stick to this identity of running the ball and play action? That's the question.
And what's wrong with that?
No, I'm saying I like that, but I'm saying if we get to, because I'm trying to get down to what's going on with this fear that you have, right? And the fear seems to be you don't trust Kellen. And I understand that. I do. I get it. And I don't trust him either. But I'm trying to see, like, what's the logic in not wanting better in that room?
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
What I'm saying to you, this boss, and this is what I'm saying.
All right.
It's our philosophy. We know it's been recent history that showed where we are ultimately on point. And most times we have scored 40 points and 39 points. Other than the New England game, we have scored 30 points or 40 points more times with Dak Prescott throwing under 30 times.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So if that is our philosophy, what makes us tick, why are we adding to something else? And we just saying we don't trust it, but the play of it hadn't showed us not trust. We seem like we waiting for the axe to fall on the receivers, but they hadn't played bad.
Well, I'll say this. I need to investigate the receivers more. But let me ask you a question. On this team right now, would you take a young Randy Moss?
A young Randy Moss?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take a young Randy Moss.
Would you take a young Sterling Sharp?
I'll take a young Sterling Sharp.
Would you take a young Sterling Sharp with a young Jerry Rice?
I would take a young Sterling Sharp
Together.
and a young Jerry Rice.
Together. On this team.
I can tell you this, though.
I'm asking.
I may not win the Super Bowl with them.
Okay, no. So, but you would take them?
Yeah.
Okay, why?
Because they're great talents.
That's the only thing I'm saying.
If it was given to me, I would seek it, though.
Wait.
If you give it to if you give that to anybody, they'll take it. But I would go out and hunt it down. I would trade for it.
You wouldn't trade for Randy, young Rice, young Sterling, young AB? You wouldn't trade? Coach, come on down.
Would we be better? Would we just be as good if we got a young Emmitt Smith or a young Walter Payton? Will our fan base be happy for that?
No, I was asking the question, would you take them and why? You said you would take them because they great players. No. You said because they great players. That's all I'm saying with the receiver room. If you get a chance to make your receiver room better, you take it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Risking,
and I know what I'm risking.
Chemistry.
Chemistry?
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about
because
with Kellen Moore?
I can't. Yeah. I can't understand why. And this groundswell is crazy with the CD Lamb, and CD Lamb has done nothing.
No, hold on, Coach. You putting words in our mouth with that. Adding the receiver is not taking away. No, adding the receiver is not saying we don't trust CD Lamb.
What does that say? It did.
Yeah, it's taking pressure off CD Lamb. It's helping CD Lamb. Like no team depends on just one receiver. Like even Michael Irvin Aikman said himself. He said most teams are only as good.
Gallup, we don't trust him.
He said most teams only as good as his third receiver. Like that because when I'm saying a receiver, let's just say we got Jerry Jeudy. If we get Jerry Jeudy, he gonna be our number 2 coming in. He ain't gonna be considered a number 1.
He might not even be worth it.
And he likely would be worth it. Cause he fit that.
I gotta go. If you look at Jerry Jeudy, if you look at him, I watched a couple of Denver games. He ain't playing no better than Noah Brown.
Well, I'll put it like this. In terms of a better route runner, Jerry Jeudy is a better route runner than Noah Brown.
His name is better.
No, his routes are better. Well, I'll just say this from me scouting him. If you see something different, cool. But from my eyes, I'm just saying what my eyes saw. I mean, and I'm not going to argue with your eyes because everybody might see something different. And I'm not even talking about Jerry Jeudy specifically. I'm more so saying if we brought anybody in here, they not coming in here to be the number 1. Nobody's talking about we need a number 1 to replace CD Lamb. And if he got offended, I'm going to say, boy, sit down. Sit your ass down. Like, bro, we trying to win a championship. We are not concerned about your fragile ass feelings. Because this is the thing. Nobody questions if what's my boy out of Minnesota? Damn, you know I know this dude's name. Jefferson. Nobody questions if he's a number 1 because he earned it on the field. It don't matter who they bring in. They already know because of play who the number 1 is. So if you complaining just because somebody else came in that might threaten your doghouse, become a better dog. You know?
Well, he said you want me to become a better dog, and I really played one time with my quarterback. Really, we all been in sync with some good practice time and the rust off, and I had a damn good game. We put 49 points.
And I don't feel sorry for CeeDee Lamb. I don't. Even with the new arm quarterback, I don't. Because you know who else had to play with backups and still balled and was a clear number 1? Amari. Amari had to play with backups and he balled. And guess who else had to play with backups most of his career and super balled as a number 1 and nobody even questioned was he a number 1? Hopkins. Yeah, DeAndre Hopkins, who CeeDee Lamb said he looks up to. So if you looking up to Hopkins, who you say you model your game after, then I want to see Hopkins style performances out of you, Mr. CeeDee Lamb. Yeah, I know you worked with a new arm quarterback and Kellen Moore, but guess what? Cooper did too. And Cooper got the game-winning catch with that noodle arm quarterback and said, sit your butt down, little CeeDee Lamb. I don't feel sorry for CeeDee Lamb. I don't. And yeah, he putting up good numbers with a noodle arm quarterback, and likely he's going to continue to improve and might be the bona fide super number 1. But the doubts are real, and I don't feel sorry for him.
But I say the same thing, that the same argument for Dak Prescott. Tell me what he has showed you that he ain't a number one.
Hold on. Like, you talking about Dak compared to CeeDee Lamb?
Yeah, because that's what people always say. Dak is not. That's the thing. But we keep pointing out, what has he showed you that's telling you that he ain't? What does CeeDee Lamb do that's telling us that we got so much doubt?
Well, so this is where I think the breakdown is coming in at, Coach. And this is my problem with CeeDee Lamb.
Okay.
Statistically, he got number one numbers. Okay?
Okay.
He's trending numerically to be a number one. The thing I don't like about CeeDee Lamb is he is not a higher level number one to me, especially when you have concentration drops. Like, I'm okay with drops that's in traffic. I'm okay with tough drops. I don't like it when you don't attack the football. I don't like that. Because at least, even if the ball was uncatchable, you know what Dez would do? He would at least make it hard for the defender to catch it. So, like, Dez was fully in tune to the ball. So if he couldn't get it, nobody was going to get it. And I'm saying some diva-ish in CeeDee Lamb. It's not even like, is he a baller? Because we all agree he a baller. But it's them concentration drops, and it's him fighting for the ball, especially in key moments. That's the thing that's giving some of us doubts. But is he a number one on most people's teams? I would say yeah. But is he living up to the standard of an 88? No. Because
I would say this.
The 80. Let me ask you a question. Is he living up to the standard of the 88?
I can't know, because he wouldn't win the number one receiver till 5 games.
And that's why I think people saying he's not a number one. Because when they looking at him, hold on, Coach. When they looking at him, they looking at him through the eyes of the standard of the 88. You know what I'm saying? See, but the way you looking at him through, y'all tripping. His production is good. And on that, you right. His production is good. But so we seeing that 88 on him. And 88.
Yeah, but 88. Yeah, I watched the Cowboys. I watched just about every Cowboy and every drop passes too. He that concentrated drop too. I can tell you that for sure. But if you win, that a lot of stuff gets blown over. But
you talking about playmaker drops?
Yeah, playmaker.
Not like CD. Not like CD.
I mean, we gotta talk about like he dropping balls every game. I don't think he dropped the ball since. Matter of fact, he ain't dropped the ball since he dropped that ball in the game. He dropped the touchdown pass. Ain't nobody said that man dropped the ball since.
Yeah, I mean, listen. I mean, Coach, if you feel like CeeDee Lamb,
but I would say this. I'm gonna say this right. I'm wrapping up. I know you gotta get other people. I'll say this. My dad was and I'm going back to the Cooper thing. My dad was a big time. God bless my dad. His anniversary of his death just went by last couple days ago. But he was a big time Raider guy, right? And he followed the Raiders big time. The reason why Amari Cooper got traded to the Dallas Cowboys, because people question was he was number one receiver because he dropped a lot of passes. Matter of fact, he led the league his first couple years to drop passes. But he came to Dallas and became a number one wide receiver because he had the talent to be the wide receiver. And he had the longevity to show that he could be the long receiver. But I think we are being very stringent of saying in 8 games or 5 games that we know that this offense is basically getting back to its premise of running the ball and being a passing team as well. We're not going to be this where we run 3 yards across dust. what we're asking him to do, I think he will flourish in this. If you want to kill a guy's confidence, and we can say, yeah, no, this and that, but you give him 6 games, he's productive, he has made plays. If you go through this season, he has made plays, and he has made some great catches.
Mm-hmm.
But we're saying these guys are not enough, and we need to add to the room.
Yeah.
It would be the exact same. It would be the exact same thing if we said we're gonna go get a running back today.
Mm-mm.
If we can get a running back right now, people say, well, we don't know if Zeke gonna be all right. Let's get a running back.
No, it's not the
That's saying Pollard and the other guys ain't no good. They ain't enough.
No, it don't mean that. See, because you only got 2 starting running backs. I can see if. Okay, so put it like this: if you lost Pollard and you didn't know when he was coming back, like Noah Brown, would you be mad if we went and got somebody? So we got.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Because we don't know when Noah Brown coming back. We don't know.
Yeah.
So we're not dealing with no healthy receiver room. That's the difference. Like, we should know better than to trust Michael Gallup. In terms of health, we should know better. That's number one. It's not about C.D. Lamb and not trusting him because his injury history is good and he's trending up. So I'm not tripping on him. Noah Brown is now unavailable, and he was your most reliable one. The other guy that you brought in, the 4th guy, James Washington, has never played, and every time he plays, he gets hurt. He's supposed to be a help, and he's never helped. So you don't even want to get rid of him and replace him with somebody better? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't trust him. And we know he got injured in OTAs. He finally back for training camp. Then he get injured in training camp. Then he come back in training camp. And he get injured again, and he's still not back. It's like at some point, I got to treat you like Poe. We tried. You was a former great. You're no good. Let's go get Bennett. And that's what we did. Remember, we got rid of Poe, and we went and got Bennett. And Bennett turned up more than Poe. Because Poe was a bad free agent. It looked like James Washington is a bad free agent. We don't know when he coming back. We don't know who he is. He could be a waste. Let me get a body in here in case he's a waste. We replaced him.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna really. If he does come back, and if Gallup is healthy and Noah Brown is healthy and C.D. Lamb is healthy, he comes back. He'll be just like, if he don't play special teams, they gonna let him go because he ain't gonna find his way. Where he gonna find his way on the field? I mean, what spot he gonna play? So he's not gonna even get no TikToks in here. But as again, boss, like I said, man, if and I'm saying what you, and I understand where you're coming from, and it all boils down that we don't trust out.
That's what it is.
We're trying to get players in here because we don't trust the offensive coordinator.
Right.
But with those 2 running backs and how it is with these receivers, if we had a true offensive coordinator that knew how to utilize these great athletic tight ends, this offense would be hard to deal with, and you have enough receivers to do whatever you need to do and score any type of way you want to score on teams. But like I said, we have to trust that if we do bring somebody in, will this guy be able to utilize them and get them in the game, because he have a hard time getting his own guys that he already got here. You know, he forgot to get Michael Gallup in the game a whole game, so I don't know what he'll do if you bring somebody else in. So hopefully he can get it together, but I hope we just don't leave our philosophy, because I believe our philosophy will make our offense explosive enough and do the things to make this defense great. And scoring points is not going to make this defense great. Not letting them play 30 minutes on the field is what's going to make this defense great.
And I agree. I totally do.
Yeah. Well, great show, boss.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry for fans taking up so much time.
It was
great job, fella.
Listen, this is all right, Coach. And this is what we do in private. This is what y'all just saw is how Coach and I go back and forth in private. And that's the process of when we both trying to kind of figure it out. Because that's not an easy debate. He right, I'm wrong, he wrong on some things. You know, that's because the subject itself is hard. because he is right. If you give him a weapon, that's gonna put pressure on Kellen Moore being able to go back to being pass happy. If you don't give us a weapon, we might face Philly, who is number one with their secondary players. They back end is number one. So it's like when we face them, I want them to feel threatened. I do. I want them to be like, oof, they can cook us a couple of different ways. You know what I mean? But coach raises some hell of fire points. This is a very hard debate. My faith is this, though. I think Kellen Moore has been exposed. I really do. I think this year, I think front office has tried it. They tried his system approach, and I think his system approach is dead.
Yoga fire.
I think Mike McCarthy has won this war. You can tell by the language. Stephen Jones and Jerry Jones are committed to running the ball. They've been talking about it, and they've been pushing it. And we've been doing it ever since they've been pushing it. But remember, Mike McCarthy been talking about running the ball, and Kellen Moore never did. Never did. Only when front office, when Jerry and Steven start pushing it. Like, yeah, we like you, Kellen, but run the ball. And he started doing it when his real bosses spoke up. So even with a weapon, I honestly feel like this is how they looking at it. I think they looking at it from matchups. That's how I'm looking at it. When you trying to size up your path to get to the Super Bowl, hear me out. When you trying to size up your path to the Super Bowl, and the biggest threat is Philly right now, right? And maybe Minnesota. And you trying to size up the landscape, and you like, I know we better than them, but I want to make sure I'm better than them. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
if you're trying to make sure you better
things.
than them, then you get that weapon and you say, okay, I'll see you in December.
Man, look, boss, I'm sorry. I had to jump in here. I want to clear up a couple things right now.
All right, what's up?
And listen, man, C.D. Lamb is not a real bona fide number one.
Wait.
All right? You went ahead and stole my content because I was going to put out a video about this. But you know what? I heard this, and I'm sorry. The truth will set you free, and I'm going to tell everybody why.
Hold
All right?
No. Save it for the video, dog. I know you want to unload it, but hey, don't unload it, please. Please don't unload it right now. Please don't unload it, please, bro.
Look, I'm gonna give you one thing.
All right.
One thing. There is such a thing as misleading statistics.
Oh no. Wait.
Oh, there is. There is such a thing. There is such a thing as skewed data.
Man, I'm gonna call Coach Marv because I want y'all to fight this out, dog.
Man, so you could tell me all you want about C.D. Ham's good averages. C.D. Ham, because he a ham. C.D. Lamb like the cheese, and he like the stunt, like to look good, and he like to shake you down.
Stop, bro! You doing too much.
He like to then he throws his hair back.
Stop, bro! Oh no!
Then takes off his helmet. No, his helmet. Then he throws his hair back. See, I don't got no hair. I'm bald head. He throws his hair back. Then he smiles. Now I do got great teeth. Then he on the sideline. He drop a ball. He's showing y'all his white teeth. You know what I'm saying? C.D. Ham.
This seems personal, dog. This don't seem like football commentary. Personal. This seems personal, dog. Why are we hearing these attacks?
No, it ain't personal. I ain't giving. Okay, boss Cowboy. There's no emotions, no friends, no loyalty.
I see you, man.
Straight business.
Put hashtag straight business in the chat.
This feels very personal, dog.
No, dog. No. And I'm gonna tell you why it's not personal. Because you should understand what I'm saying out of all people, boss. You're a salesperson, and I just described to you a profile.
I definitely believe in profiles.
I just described to you a personality profile, and that's what people don't get. There are certain characteristics of a real number one. I really want to keep going, but you know what? I'll
save it because I want to see your video now. Now I want to watch this video now, dog. Because I don't even know where you going with this, man. But I can tell you and see, you gonna have some fights on this, so you gotta let it in. See, my boss say, nah, I agree. Oh, he said I agree with the OC.
I'm telling you.
I thought he was disagreeing. He said I agree.
Now look, to another thing. About this weapon up, weapon down, leave it the same. No, man. You get as much ammunition as possible, okay? So let's just settle that point. You get as much ammo as possible because you never know when you're going to need to pull out that weapon. So if you in close distance.
Hold on. I'm finna get Coach in the show. I want y'all to fight this out, dog. I want y'all to fight this out. Coach, the link is the same. Get in here. I want to see this fight. I'm gonna be messy. I want to see this fight because you coming in here. You talking real reckless right now, dog.
No, I'm not talking reckless, man. I'm talking championship and winning football. That's what the OC is talking about.
So, you said load up on these weapons, right?
I'm telling you, get as much as you can.
Thank you, dog. Say, bro,
get
I feel you.
As much as you can.
Bruh.
Finish him.
Because, okay, look, when's the first offensive carry? I'll make this point in one statement, and I can keep going. I can go like hours on this, but I'll make it in one statement. Okay,
this is interesting.
Check this out. How many offensive carries has Turpin got?
1.
Exactly.
I got that.
Exactly. You get the point. Exactly.
Right.
When did he get the carry? This past game.
Finish
him. He's been on the team. Electric, dynamic, 4.340, breaking people's ankles, breaking people's toes, tearing Achilles because you're trying to catch him, making you look silly. But he ain't got one offensive snap until this past week.
So what are you saying, Todd?
I'm simply saying that weapons don't mean that you use them. And you need the weapons because at the time when you may need them most, that is going to be the difference between a championship team and a team that went to the NFC Championship and lost in the fourth quarter. It's those weapons. So it's those guys that can make a play or two.
So let me be Coach Marv. I'm going to be a devil's advocate to you real quick.
Come on.
All right, so I'm going to fight you real quick. Let's fight. I'm going to pretend like I'm Coach.
Come on.
All right. So, because I already know, and he got some legitimate concerns. I really want to go back and forth with this and just try to figure this out.
Right.
The concern is this. The concern is when you weapon up somebody like Kellen Moore, and Will, you're right. We have been focusing. Will say we should be focusing on the play caller. We've been focusing on Kellen Moore for months. Trust me. I know we got a lot of new people on this channel, but trust me, we've been on Kellen Moore head. And I will also say this. Nobody been on Kellen Moore head like us. Nobody. I'm just gonna say that right now. Nobody been on his head and more accurate than us. But what about the temptation? Because it is a temptation that if you weapon up Kellen Moore, if you weapon up Dak and Kellen Moore with more weapons, that's gonna make us go away from our identity.
No, it's gonna make you more effective. If you're talking about receiver, now let me quantify this. Are we talking about receivers in particular right now, boss?
That's it. We talking about about the rumors, and it's obvious rumors. It's obvious rumors that the Dallas Cowboys are serious about a weapon before the trade deadline. It's been 2 quality sources that came out about it. Michael Gilkin and Bobby Bell, both of them confirmed. Matter of fact, Bobby Bell said, I think, then he just stopped BS and he said, matter of fact, I know that they putting out fillers for receiver.
Okay. Well, let's look at what
he said that today.
Yeah. No, I got it. I got the feed. I got it. Check it. Okay. Let's think about our situation in terms of receiver. Have we had elite productivity from the receivers that we have now?
No.
Okay. All right. Point number one. Okay.
But let me push back on you.
Push back.
Because I'm trying to be fair to the opposite point too. All right.
Okay, be fair.
Do we have to be elite? Because elite. Do we have to be elite with the upgrade of that?
Do you have to be elite in terms of the wide receiver acquisition? Is that the question?
Or no, yeah. Do we have to be elite? Because like Seattle wasn't elite when they went to back-to-back Super Bowls. They receivers was good. Tate and them was good. Real good, but they wasn't like elite. I'm just pushing back a little bit.
No, you can push back even harder. You can push back as hard as you want.
Cool.
Here's the thing, man. You people say defense wins championships, but you can stop as many teams as you want, and we are not elite at stopping the run. Number one.
No.
So good teams can grind us down, which means you need to be able to score. And to win a Super Bowl with this team as it is today, you need to be able to score more. And I'm going to tell you, because you're going to have certain teams that are going to play the run a little bit better than what we've seen the Bears play it, okay? So let's not drink the Kool-Aid too fast on that.
Right.
Because we had a 200-yard performance versus the Bears, all right? Listen,
that's
when
facts.
you get to the top-end teams, they are good at stopping the thing that you do the best, okay? History proves that out when you face elite coaches. So you're going to have to win with your number two. So in this scenario with this team this year, our number two is the passing game. And the issue is, if you're looking at receiver with the Cowboys right now, and you want to take away CeeDee Lamb, you can take him away. If you want to take away Michael Gallup, you can take him away. Yes, you can. You can bracket him. You can double coverage him. And now I'm getting a little bit into the content. You can take him away. Because if you bracket and double, I have not seen people beat them effectively. Are you there?
I'm with you, bro.
So
I'm hearing you.
So this is why the OC, and this is why you need to follow Boss Cowboy Sports, because we are telling you, we are bringing the fire. We are telling you what time it is. If you want to know what time it is, follow Boss Cowboy Sports, man. All right? Listen, this is why the OC told you we need 31. I told you this last week. I said 31, run 31, run overload. Why? I'm not saying it just to be cute. I'm not even saying it just for the run advantages. I'm saying it because you can run routes out of 31. You can work the middle of the field and the shallow crosses, and you can work the flat out of 31.
A lot of people don't know what 31 is. You got to kind of explain.
31 personnel is this. Let me break it down. 3 tight ends, 1 running back.
Yeah.
And we got 3 very capable tight ends.
Right.
That can be offensive weapons, because the reason why I say that, let me give you the full reason why the OC said that. It's because we are not elite outside. I'll say it again. The reason why it's important to work the West Coast strategies, which I really want to do a video on that later this week, and throw to the back, out of the backfield, and work the tight ends up the seam, because we are not truly elite on the outside. We're not. We're good, but we're not elite. So I took the long way around the block to answer your question, Boss Cowboy. The long way. If you get another good weapon, it makes the matchups more favorable in the Cowboys' favor, because now you can't take away all 3.
And that's what I was thinking too, big dog. And that's why I said, if you look closely, when we added Amari, he helped Dak and Zeke. Zeke, his rushing average went up by 20 yards. Because it just breaks down the whole D. You can't watch everybody.
You can't stop everybody. Old folks used to say this: if the right one won't get you, the left one will. That's fine. In other words, pick your poison, right? And so you know who else he helped, Boss Cowboy, who I haven't until now given enough credit to?
Who?
You know who else he helped tremendously? You know who Amari Cooper helped got paid? You know who?
Amari Cooper?
Amari Cooper helped Gallup get paid. Because down the field, at the top of these route trees, Gallup had so many one-on-ones. So many one-on-ones.
Yoga
and he's
fire.
playing that nickel corner,
Yoga fire.
that third
Yoga
corner,
rain.
that fourth corner, and he's cooking it. He's cooking it. Boop, corner route, boop, seam route, boop, go route, boop, post route. Cooking them. And he got paid. You know who else? He helped look pretty and throw his hair. He helped the mess. He helped the mess out of throwing his hair back. He helped the mess out of C.D. Lamb. He helped C.D. Lamb, dude, because he is the true route runner.
Bro, you trip me out when you throw your hair back, dog.
Hey, I'm just giving a visual. Look, he helped C.D. Lamb. He helped C.D. Lamb, man. Yeah. Because when you didn't want, okay, think about this, and we covered this ad nauseum. That's why you need to follow Boss Cowboy Sports. Like, share, and subscribe to content. Follow on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You can even follow me, the OC100, on Twitter. Now, I don't tweet a lot, but when I do, it's significant, all right?
And so, you can drop some cash in that Cash App, too. Remember that.
And drop some cash in the Cash Apps. Thank you for the Super Chats, man. It really helps grow the channel. Seriously, it does, man, because we talk a lot of content.
Let me just give y'all all of it. And hit them likes real quick, too. Do it all. But go ahead, bro. Go ahead. This is a good surprise.
Because last year we talked ad nauseum about the importance of involving your number one receiver, Amari Cooper, in this offense. And when you did, we won the game.
Easily. And we just destroyed teams. Destroyed them. Facts.
And guess who drew the double teams? Amari.
Amari. Facts.
Okay, check this out. Let's go further. Mm-hmm. Guess who consistently beat double teams, not because of just his speed, he is fast, not just because of his hands, because of his elite route running and understanding and IQ. He consistently beat double teams in bracket coverage. Amari. So because of that, boss, who was one-on-one?
Oh, everybody else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, so obviously you want us to upgrade in this receiver room.
It ain't gonna hurt you none.
So real quick. All right, so I saved this to the end, the star players. All right, so these are my star candidates. All right, I want to go through them with you. I got first Fowler as my star. And then Pollard. Right? I even threw in there Gallup. Right, because I felt like Gallup, especially in the first half, he showed out. And for the most part, I got all offensive players. But I even got to throw in my boy Dak. So this is the first time we actually doing this together, because I usually do this star player stuff, who my star player of the game. I usually do that solo on Monday. But you in here, so let's talk about this together. Who your star player? And who are y'all star player? I want to see from the chat, who is yours?
I really agree with you in terms of your star players, right? So I can't really like.
I'm gonna pick one out of them four though. I'm just asking who is yours. I got one picked already.
Okay, so I'm gonna add one that you didn't say that I think we should give some credit to.
Who?
Quentin Bohanna. Quentin Bohanna played pretty good in that middle, man. He wasn't bad. The reps he was in, even though they ran the ball, the reps he was in, he did some good work. Go back and look at that tape. Check that out.
All right.
And I'll take
another look at it.
Yeah, take a look at it. And I'll give you two more.
You got to pick one. Hold on. My boy Big say Dak and Pollard. It's a tie. No. You got to pick one, dog.
Okay, so if I got to pick one, I'll pick my one. It's pretty easy. I'll pick my one. If I got to pick one, I'm saying Pollard, dude.
You saying Pollard?
Yeah, I'm saying Pollard. Because he showed up, man. Super explosive. Did his thing. And look, man. All right. Oh, so you sick of the moment now?
Yeah.
You said no?
Yeah, no.
You say no?
No, dog.
No?
Nope. Not Pollard.
No?
Not me, dog.
Okay.
Not me, dog.
All right, come on.
Nope.
Come on.
Not Pollard. Not me. I ain't falling for it. Nope, not me. I'll let y'all fall for that.
Okay.
I ain't falling for it.
Who you got?
Man, my star player is Dak, bro.
Okay.
Easily. And this is why. Because, see, Pollard, numerically, I can see why people would say Pollard. I get it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But, see, y'all should, this is to me the big giveaway. When people say, it hasn't been a Dallas Cowboy running back that has ran for 3 touchdowns since Randall. See, that should have told y'all. That should have told y'all. Since Randall. Not since Emmett. Not since Murray. Right? You know, not since Barber. Not since Dorsett. Since Randall. Man, if you don't get your... See, this is what I think. Listen. Chicago was ranked 31st, dog, on a rushing defense. This is not taking anything away from Pollard. Pollard did what he's supposed to do, given this matchup, and his style perfectly fit against Chicago. He's a home run hitter, right? And so when you run for about 4 big, plays, it's going to boost your average through, you know what I mean? Because through the roof. But
yeah, that's true.
It's going to overinflate it. Even though he got the skills to, make them big runs, it was also the opponent, right? The problem is you didn't have Zeke playing with him to really measure it. You just had him, right? So if you would have gave Zeke the same opportunity against the 31st rushing defense, who was to say, who would actually have a better performance out them two? But likely Pollard would have been better because the style fit him. You know what I mean? Being able to hit them for them big runs. So I think given the opponent and the matchups, I think Dak had a harder matchup. That's why I chose Dak. Because the secondary of Chicago was a top, see, right here, Mo said it. See, this is why I chose it. Mo, I appreciate it. Mo, you took my thought. He said Chicago has a top passing defense. So it was what Dak did versus a tougher matchup. That's why I chose Dak. You know what I mean? Because they was top 2 or 3 in passing defense. I know Philly number 1. I think Chicago was number 2. But yet, Dak sliced them up. You know what I mean? Sliced them up. So that's why Dak is my star. It's not even close to me. It's the level of competition.
I'll rock with you on that, man. But if I was to crawfish, I'm gonna say my star was offensive line, man. I'd say that. You know what I mean? If I'm a crawfish, I'm gonna say offensive line. They quietly dominated those guys,
right?
And they kept Dak super clean, man. They kept him super clean.
I can see that.
So if I had to back up off of Pollard, I would say the line, man. So as a group,
I feel that.
In particular, Jason Peters coming in, man, after the injury to Connor McGovern and doing a real good job at left guard, man. Doing a good job.
Right. Yeah, and that's the thing, man. See, because it was some negative talks about Peters. Do you think he needed to get healthy?
I think age catches up with all of us, unfortunately, man. I think Father Time is undefeated. And so I think that he shows flashes of being good, and then he shows at times a little bit of flash of being vulnerable, And we can break down a film, let the film speak, but he does good. But then sometimes, man, his feet and his hands, just not as quick and where you want him to be. Still, to me, he carrying a little bit too much weight. And I think that's a part of it because he was fishing, man, about a month or so ago, but in terms of power run blocking and when he gets his mitts on you, it's lights out, man. It's lights out. When he gets his hands on you, bro, it's lights out. But it's some things he can clean up for sure.
And then my boy Daywalker, he talking about Steele. He said, oh my God, did y'all see Terrence Steele on Pollard's second TD run? Boy, oh boy, it's like artwork. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to me, man, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. To me, I think that still has to be, if not the best, maybe number two or tied for number one, the best pure run blocking right tackle in the NFL. He's that dominant. He's extremely freakish. He's freakishly dominant.
Yeah,
You
he
know,
freaky.
he's doing boys like all staters do boys in high school. You know what I mean? You see an all state lineman and just run over everybody.
Yeah.
Well, he's doing that at the NFL level. You know what I mean? And it's beautiful to watch. It is. It's like poetry in motion.
Did you see what Big Duke said?
What did he say? I heard a little bit of it, but I had to jump into a meeting, so I didn't get a chance to hear his whole thought.
The longer we wait, he said, the bigger that price.
Yeah, man. And I told you this before, man. We talked about this. This is why, again, y'all need to follow Boss Cowboy Sports, because we talked about this, I believe, about a month or so ago, Boss Cowboy. We said, hey, man, Terrence still looking good. We get halfway through the season. Go ahead and extend him.
Yeah.
Go ahead and extend him. Don't wait. Didn't we say that, boss? We said it. We said it. We got pushback too. Some of our brothers had different opinions. That's fine. But look, extend him. Extend him.
Oh no,
because
they
if you
ain't
don't,
got no different opinions now. No, they don't.
Hey,
everybody done caught up now. Everybody done caught up now. This is the thing. I ain't even mad at it, because I know if I'm being fair and balanced, like you always say, OC, I was late to steal. I was saying last year early that Lyle was way better. But then we was doing competition Tuesdays just like we still do today. And just being thorough, I went and just combed the film with you. And after we start combing that film, I was like, bro, I've been telling people wrong. You know what I mean? And then I think it just took the public time. See, the thing is, me and you spit real film work, so we wasn't shocked last year. We was like,
right.
And then and then I remember when I ranked Steele over Zach Martin this offseason, people, boss. I said, all right, okay,
yeah.
Watch, yeah. That run blocking is the truth. It's the truth. And then his pass pro is also ice water. He just make little mistakes.
Yeah, he nice, bro. He
nice.
Even on his pass pro, he 90% nice. He 90% nice, bro. You can get him with a move here or there, but he's so long and he's becoming so fundamentally sound, and he's getting better at changing directions on counter moves with his feet. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing that you see this year that you didn't see as much the past couple of years. Man, if you try to change directions, man, he's power stepping back up with his inside leg, man. He's widening. And here's the deal. He used to just have a straight vertical set, just straight back and set. Now he's setting on the 45. He's jump setting people. He's doing different stuff. He's adding to his game. Yeah. That's the thing people don't see. As you study this, we have to do some more film with him. And I'll show you how he's adding to his game. He's doing stuff now that he didn't even do last year.
And see, look,
which is bad.
I'm used to this, y'all. I'm used to this. He said, don't know about that, boss. All right. Well, I'm going to just put it like this. Zach Martin himself said it, y'all. Okay? It's on my Twitter. Go to my Twitter page. Big Duke talked about that. Zach Martin himself said the best run blocker on the Cowboys is Steele. So don't take my word for it. Listen to Zach Martin himself. And see, this what's happening. Y'all going by the name, y'all. That's what's happening.
Man, it's okay.
This happens, though.
We're going to be patient with you.
Yeah, we're going to be patient with you, dog. Y'all going by the name. Zach Martin.
Yeah.
Go by the film. Trust me on this. Like, we got the film. We can show you now. Like, I can literally show you right now that it's clear that Terrence Steele is the best run blocker. And guess what? He was better last year.
Yep. And you want me to really mess up the public, or should I just save it? I'll mess up the public. I'll give them,
Just say it, yeah.
Hey, look, man. I'm going to tell you who's equal to Zach Martin and will pass him by next year.
T. Smith.
Tyler Smith.
Yep.
Tyler Smith. Mm-hmm. Tyler Smith is equal and will pass him by next year. Yep. He's equal today.
today.
He's equal as a run blocker today.
People don't see that. People don't see that we low key retooled his offensive line.
Facts. Facts.
We have low key retooled this whole offensive line.
Facts.
Yeah,
and they gonna go and draft. Look, and I bet you they go draft a guard next year.
You think it's gonna be a guard, dog?
I bet they draft a guard or center next year.
I bet they don't. Well, they go draft it late, dog. This is what I bet gonna happen. You ready? I can bet you this. We can bet 50 on this. They go sign Connor McGovern for team friendly. And they go plug him in for BPA in the draft. They go want him wrapped up so that they can secure the future at right guard or left guard. Bet. I ain't gonna bet you on that. So they gonna look at.
Is nice.
That's what I'm saying. We ain't getting no guard, bro. No,
he ain't bad.
At least not early. I think what we go get early is linebacker or receiver. That's what we getting early.
Depth, though. Yeah, but I'm telling you, if the pick is good enough, bro, and their BPA, we'll take them. I promise you. If it's BPA, the Cowboys will go take them.
I would like it early. I would like if it's a true. Yeah, somebody say what's still contract status? He in year 3. You can sign him.
And he was an undrafted free agent. Do you know how much value the Cowboys have gotten out of this boy? Undrafted free agent, making league minimum.
They should have paid him though, bro. And see, I said that
they should have been paid.
See, I always say, man, you got to get them when they see when you trying to. This is what I'm gonna teach my sons. If you trying to pick a wife, pick her skinny with all the features.
Right.
When she got she'll be skinny, but she got a bubble, right? Mm-hmm. And she fit, but she's skinny. Mm-hmm. Get her. Trust me, son, because when she's 30, that metabolism go slow down and that skinny go look amazing.
35, 40.
That's how they should have did Still. You should have had forward thought, bruh. You should have saw the apple bottom and knew Still was gonna fill out. Yeah, you should have put a ring on it early.
Well, what you should have done, if you're really being smart, is you saw him struggle, right, his rookie year. You threw him out there, and it was just a tremendous COVID season. It was just horrible, man. It was tough. I mean, but he battled, right? He came and he battled every day. So you knew he had some character. Then he came back the second year, and he got those first 5 starts. When you saw them first 5 starts, and then how he finished the year, you said, hey, man, let's go ahead and work it out right now. Let's work it out right now.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, man. So, but we got a lot of work we're going to be talking about. One of the things that the OC and I are going to be focusing on this week is a lot of ways for us to improve. So he could be doing a film breakdown on CeeDee Lamb and is he a number one or not. One of the projects I'm going to be focusing on is I'm going to be doing a deep dive into Kellis Moore lack of game management, because that's one of the last things I think he needs to clean up. I think he is getting more and more creative in his run game. His run approach. He is throwing it to the running backs out the backfield. He is using more sweeps. You talked about that. We saw that with Turpin, which also opened them up and opened up Pollard in the middle. So it was a lot of things that we dealt with over the last 2 weeks that we have been seeing from Kellen. But we consistently have been seeing poor game management. And this is the thing. A lot of people don't even know it. And that's why, to me, we got to spend time on it. Because it's stuff like I remember we was playing the Bengals, OC, and we was up by 9. And it was 3rd and 1. And he threw it to Noah Brown, right? And everybody was like, boss, why you mad? That was a pass interference, boss. If they would have gave us the call, that would have been a good call. It was like it was the wrong time to throw it. You was up by 9. You driving to win. Your running back at the time was averaging Zeke 6.2 yards per carry. He was 100% of converting everything 3rd and short. And you would have easily kept your defense from going back on the field if you would have just managed that game. He made another similar mistake versus the Giants. Yeah. And he keeps doing it. But it's the type of thing that people don't see. Like, even coming out this past game, and people like, I was okay. Oh, you was one of them, OC. Oh, my God. I was okay with him being aggressive with 25 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, I said I like him being aggressive. Yeah, I said I like but he needs to be smart aggressive. So I get that point. He needs to be smart aggressive.
Yeah, that was a. And then the defense, because of where they were, they was playing back. He threw it into 7. They wasn't rushing nobody. They was like, y'all trying to get out of here. That's what, So they played for the vertical shot. Right. So it was like, just go into halftime. And this is the thing that people not seeing about the time of possession and the game management. That's why we got to focus on this. Because you notice around half time, the defense start wearing down. Mike McCarthy said all day today, he said that defense was out there too long. Who was he taking a shot at?
Kellen Moore.
Yep. He said it all day today. He said 3 times that defense was out there too long. He taking a shot at Kellen Moore. And this is gonna be my message. So I'm gonna say it once, but y'all gonna hear it throughout this as I break this down and start getting on Kellen about this game management. Because I promise you, I know a lot of people not seeing it. I promise you, a lot of people don't see it. But Kellen, your offense is not for you no more. Your offense is for the team and to protect that defense. You got to remember that. It's not about you putting your foot on their neck no more, Kellen. Now you got to protect the strength of this whole team, and that's the defense. What's your thoughts on that, OC?
Oh, man, look, man, I just think that at the end of the day, man, we got to be smart and we got to continue to grow. And I think Kellen Moore is doing some good things. So we got to continue to clean him up, man, and help him get where he needs to be. We got to make him right, man, And that's just what it is, man. But we'll be all right, man. I think that with some of the videos and the content, man, that we'll put out, man, it'll definitely raise awareness about some of the things that we need to definitely focus on. So I'm cool with it.
Yeah, y'all give me some time to cook it up because it's going to be a lot of film work. So I ain't gonna promise. Let me take one call real quick before we get out here, OC. My boy Tariq. Cool?
All right.
Call the homie real quick. Tariq, I'm trying to call you, big bro.
Hello?
You don't pick up.
Tariq.
Hello?
Tariq.
Hey, what's going on, Boss Cowboy?
What's happening, bro?
I see you. Cool. Hey, cool. I ain't expect the call, bro. What's up, though? Good win yesterday. Like y'all been saying, Kellen Moore gotta clean it up a little bit more.
Yeah.
As far as time management on the field with this team.
Yeah.
What I really wanted to say was I don't agree with Coach all the way. I understand where Coach coming from. He doesn't want the philosophy of run the damn ball. What run the damn ball means.
Yeah.
But we also got to understand when we play in certain teams in crunch situations, we don't know whether we're going to have to run the ball to keep their offense off the field, or we got to run it up so our defense can pin their ears back and go for their quarterback and get these turnovers and get these sacks. You know what I'm saying? So, because you got to be ready for everything, especially later in the season, because it's going to start getting tight. And we already got two other teams in our division that's fighting for the same thing we're fighting for. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm in the mindset of push all the chips in the middle of the table and let's go for this thing.
Yep.
If we're going to lose a couple of draft picks because we're trying to better ourselves, I think we need to do that. Because that's what smart teams do. Right. I know the Rams they getting they living through the effects of pushing the chips to the table, but at the same time, one thing you can't say about them, they went for it all. They got the Super Bowl ring. They got the trophy. They got the first trophy in their damn show.
And we got a
and
good
it
chance.
takes that.
And we got a good chance this year if we're aggressive. For real. We basically got to be better
we gotta be
than
aggressive,
Philly.
man.
We got to be better than Philly. We got to be better than Minnesota. And we got to be better than San Fran. Bro.
Yeah.
This is a good year.
And then at the same time, too, that's not sleep on the Giants either. They playing pretty damn good football, too. You know, I'm not going to sleep on them all the way because they ain't our division. Anything goes in our division.
Yeah.
You feel what I mean? Even though I know we run the division, but we can't get too cocky to where it's like we just going to start overlooking teams. Because every time we start overlooking teams, that's when we get smacked in the mouth. That's exactly when we get punched in the mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
Because even last year, we knew that San Francisco was a good, rough, tough team that like to punch on people, that like to run people over, and play good defense. My thing is this: what pissed me off last year, you know, in that playoff game is how the heck that you got a person like Tony Pollard on your bench that has beaten San Francisco damn near by itself, running the ball, catching the ball.
Right.
And you don't put him on the field, and then at the same time too, the only time that we really scored efficiently in that game is what two players? Amari Cooper and Tony Pollard.
Yeah.
If you don't believe me, go back and watch the film.
Right. Facts.
That's when we was moving the ball.
Facts.
You know.
Right.
Yeah, man. Because I understand Zeke. I love Zeke. You know what I mean? I think that Vashan Barty said it best today when I was on this show. He said, "Why we can't look at it from a Alvin Kamara and Mark Ingram situation."
Right.
They had to start starting Kamara over Ingram as the 1-2 punch because Ingram gave him a little bit more. Kamara gave him a little bit more than Ingram. Ingram was still just as important as Kamara, but when you use both of them a certain type of way, it's hard for you to stop them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think that Pollard has earned the right to get more carries. He doesn't deserve to keep getting voided out in big games. You know what I mean? The moves that he was putting on them dudes yesterday in the open field, once he got through the hole, come on, man. That's starting running back stuff, man. That dude deserved to be on the field just as much as Zeke do. I understand Zeke was drafted high. Zeke got the money. Gotcha. I'm all for it. We paid him. He got to do his job. And if we see that we got a person that's a home run hitter, that helps our defense, man. That helps our special teams. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we cannot say that we don't need another wide receiver. We need another wide receiver because all these good teams are loading up on good wide receivers.
And it's the good
They're
team.
loading up. They're loading their cabinet up.
See, the key thing you said,
They're loading up.
That's the key.
Yeah, it's the good teams.
Yeah.
Because we don't know where Odell going. If Odell don't come here, he might mess around and go to Buffalo with Josh Allen though. Is everybody not getting the picture here? It's about to start being playoff football soon. Everybody's playing for position. Right. So you know what I mean? I look at it like this. Dak needs speed. Give him a receiver that's a route runner and can run and that can burn people, that can fly past people.
That's Elijah
Give
Moore.
him that dude.
Elijah Moore. That is that dude.
Why not?
Yes, that's the dude.
Why not?
I think he perfect.
Go get him.
But yeah, man.
Go get him. And I wouldn't even care. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was finna say.
I'm gonna say one thing. I'm gonna land my plane.
Cool.
You know that I do not like LVE like that.
No.
But LVE made a hell of a play yesterday.
He did.
And I got to give him his props for making a hell of a play yesterday.
He did.
And that's all I got to say, and I'm going to land my plane, man.
I appreciate that.
And thanks for calling me, bro.
Oh, no problem, big dog.
Appreciate you, man.
The nation. Oh, no problem, man. OC, what's your last words before we get out of here, big dog?
Yeah, man, I think that, there's some good points brought up. I think that the key for the fan base and people to really understand is that some players are best used when you pick just in your spots with them. And I think that overuse Pollard is not good. I think that will diminish his effectiveness and it'll cause him to get banged up. That's my personal opinion. But I do think that definitely the two-headed monster, we need to stay with that approach. My final thoughts is that we need to tighten up Kellen Moore. We need to examine the opportunities that we have out there to get better, to get as many weapons as we can. And we need to keep pushing this thing forward, man. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Please hit the like button on your way out. Follow Boss Cowboy Sports on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can follow me, the OC100, on Twitter. Thanks for putting money into the Cash App. We really appreciate you guys. It's $ Boss Cowboy Sports. That really helps us a lot to grow the channel. And thank you all for who supported us with Super Chats and all those things, man. We'll see you.
We'll see. Well, see, you promised them that video, so
Boss Cowboys.
we could be looking for that.
Where your voice
CD Lamb was number one, man. Oh, I don't know if I want to see it, dog. Oh man, I have a bad feeling about this. Bad feeling.
Boss Cowboy Sports.